Peacemonger is the most recent book I've done, and it's another one with Margaret and Cusack, and it's once again, I suppose it's in a form of dialogue. So whatever subjects come up for discussion, we'll go into them, and she gives in this book and in the previous one, she gives stories of people and what happened when they moved on, and ones that might be particularly relevant, like in this one she has the story of a man who was particularly into gambling, you see, and he died suddenly, and of course he was so used to being in bookies' offices that he continued going into bookies' offices and trying to talk to the people whom he knew there, but they couldn't see him or hear him. So he became more and more distressed and said, there was a particular friend though that he had, and he decided to follow the friend around a bit, and he found that the friend went to a particular house, and the door was opened by a woman, and she could see him. She was the first person that was able to see him, so he felt like that a great relief, and she was able to talk to him, and she was able to give messages from him to his friends and pass them on, and she was also able to direct him to, in terms of how he could be helped. For example, to show him that he had a guide that would help him, and to show how to get the guide so that he could follow a light, and she found that he did so, and then that he was able to adjust to his new life and was able to be to enjoy himself. So there are things like that in it, and other things where people have had to live with a lot of distress because of circumstances in their existing lives. The notion of peacemonger, the title of Peacemonger, it took because the word monger, I suppose, is used in a different way. Usually it's sort of like a scaremonger, or you know, that it tends to be sort of a negative connotation in a way, you know, like this, so anyway, since she was particularly an advocate of peace and having peace and harmony in the world, that I thought of using it in that context and calling it Peacemonger. I don't know, once again, what will happen. I have started another book I did some time ago, but I haven't gone too far with it yet. And where I'll go with it, I don't know. But so I tend to, in line with a lot of the, in line with the general approach in these books, that I try to live life as spontaneously as I can, so that I don't sort of plan ahead in that way, you know. I'm open to maybe whatever might come up and see where it takes me. But once again, I feel very privileged to have had the chance to cooperate with Margaret Anna in doing this. I thank her.